Alright, so here we go again. Really nice day outside. First video I've been able to do this year without a jacket on. And it's kind of windy, so if the audio is a little off, I apologize. Alright, some more rocks from the creek. We're going to start off with just a quartz sandstone. The grains in this are quite variable. There are some darker grains in here. It's not very well lithified, as in the grains that make it up are real easy to break apart. So this I will use as a soil amendment. I've noticed from sandstones that have this rough texture on the outside that if you crack them open, the grains are usually a lot easier to come apart. So yeah, definitely mostly just quartz grains, mature-ish sandstone. Next up, I think, is something that would be kind of an intermediate igneous rock. It seemed to be mostly quartz. There was some what I think was garnet, which I don't know if I'd be able to get a clear enough view of what I thought was the garnet. Possibly center-ish top. But it did seem to be predominantly quartz. Definitely some granite, garnet, like I said. A little bit of feldspar. There's a pinkish mineral in here, and a yellow glassy mineral. I would just consider this like a granitoid, based off of the amount of what I perceive as quartz in here compared to the feldspar. And then also having garnet in this state, if this comes from this state. This was the only piece I had of this. I broke it open, but I must have lost the top part of it or the other part of it. See, it's a granite, I believe. Granitoid, is what I'll call it. Alright, next up, I think I finally found one. And I will not misname this. I believe I found a pink granite pegmatite. And I say pegmatite because look at the size of that potassium feldspar. That is one good. So there are just so many potassium feldspars in here that I think are appropriate sized for what you can call a pegmatite. So other than the pink feldspars, this has what you would typically think would be in it. Quartz. I think I found some pyrite as well in other pieces. I don't know if that will come across in this video, but there are other parts to this. When I broke this, it flew, so I had to kind of do a little bit of a treasure hunt to find the other pieces of it. We'll go to the smaller one, the smallest bit. I mean, this thing just had so much large potassium feldspar crystals. You can find so many of the cleavage planes. And that pink color, it's just so recognizable. I believe if this showed up well, that is a brassy material that I think is pyrite, if I can get it to go into focus. Another bit of it. I'm leaving the biggest piece for last. Another piece. Some quartz in the center there. Also, it appears to be through the phone. Quartz. Doing this out in the sun makes viewing the rocks through the phone a little difficult, so I'm working off of notes and memory, and also what I can kind of tell through here. So I believe that, to me, what looks kind of smoky is quartz. Now for the biggest piece. And I think I located right there, center, I think is pyrite. Once again, I don't know how well this will pick up. Something like that. This, I believe, also has a really good sized, yeah, potassium feldspar. When I cracked this open and saw that, it's rare for me to come across something like this. This came from the creek, so I don't know if this was glacial leftover. But how cool. I guess showing the outside would be helpful too. Yeah, just too neat though. That crystal is such a good size. Yeah, there it is. Such a nice size. Alright, to something that might be a little less interesting. Kind of a fine-grained, kind of a dirty-ish sandstone. Pretty consolidated, pretty lithified. It's pretty smooth on the outside, so it's quite dense. There definitely seems to be, reddish pockets of staining. Something that seemed interesting to me at the time, I think I have a smaller bit of what broke off. It's definitely got a bluish, grayish color to it. And of course the weathering that's been done to it. It's definitely mostly quartz grains though, from what I could tell. And of course what's shining in the sun would be the reflection off of those quartz grains. Well, not one I'm gonna break up for a soil amendment. This one's just a little too tough. I like to go with what kind of just really kind of breaks apart very easily on its own. And the last one is a really consolidated quartz arenite. Up close, there's a lot of fine grains. And there is a range of sizes in here, grain-wise. So it's not super mature. When they're super mature, the grain size is uniform and small. And spherical. There's also angularity that can occur with sandstone grains, which are supposed to help describe either age or the distance that they traveled to get to that. The more spherical, possibly the more distance, the more age. Alright, well, that's it for this time around. Weather's getting nicer, so the video topics are going to vary. I'd like to do some on the trees and shrubs of the area. And go from there. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. If you subscribe, I'll comment, and I'll get back to you. I'd like to start a Patreon for people who would like to help fund these videos. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Bye.